You think dopamine is pleasure. It isn't. Dopamine is anticipation. It's the chemical that whispers, "This matters. Move toward it." And once you understand that, you begin to see how much of your behavior isn't about happiness. It's about pursuit. The dopamine reward system is one of the most powerful motivational circuits in the brain. It doesn't activate when you receive the reward as strongly as when you expect it. The surge happens in the chase, not the capture. That's why scrolling feels addictive. That's why notifications pull you in. That's why gambling is so powerful. That's why desire often fades once you get what you wanted. Dopamine is not about satisfaction. It's about prediction. Your brain constantly predicts rewards in your environment. When something unexpected and positive happens, dopamine spikes. When something better than expected occurs, the spike is even stronger. When a predicted reward doesn't happen, dopamine drops. This mechanism is called reward prediction error, and it quietly shapes your habits every day. Imagine this. You post something online. You don't know how many likes you'll get. That uncertainty is crucial. You refresh. You wait. You check again. Each notification delivers a small surge. Not because of the number itself, but because of the unpredictability. Uncertainty amplifies dopamine. Now compare that to receiving the exact same reward every time, predictably. The dopamine response weakens. The brain adapts. What once felt exciting becomes normal. This is why habits escalate. The first time you check your phone late at night, it feels stimulating. Over time, it becomes automatic. The brain requires either more novelty or more intensity to produce the same anticipation. The system is not broken. It's doing what it evolved to do. In early human environments, dopamine pushed our ancestors to explore, search for food, build tools, form alliances. Anticipation kept them moving. It reinforced behaviors that increased survival. But modern environments are engineered to hijack this system. Apps are designed around intermittent rewards. Advertising triggers desire loops. Shopping platforms create artificial scarcity. Streaming services autoplay to remove friction. Each mechanism taps into the same circuitry. Here's a relatable example. You open your phone to check one message. You have no intention of staying long, but you see a notification badge. You tap it, then another, then a suggestion appears, then a short video autoplays. 30 minutes pass. At no point did you consciously decide, "I want to spend half an hour here." The dopamine system kept you in pursuit mode. Each small, unpredictable reward nudged you forward. The key is this: dopamine drives action more than enjoyment. This explains something else. Why achievement doesn't feel as fulfilling as you imagined. You work toward a goal for months. The anticipation builds. The vision of success motivates you. When you finally achieve it, there is a brief high, then a surprising flatness. The chase generated more dopamine than the outcome. That doesn't mean goals are meaningless. It means the motivational system resets quickly. The brain normalizes success and begins scanning for the next pursuit. Without awareness, this can create endless dissatisfaction. You think, "I'll be happy when," but when arrives, the dopamine surge fades. Then the mind searches for a new when. Understanding this changes how you see cravings. Cravings are not commands. They are prediction signals. When you crave sugar, your brain predicts reward. When you crave validation, your brain predicts social approval. When you crave novelty, your brain predicts stimulation. The feeling of wanting is not the same as the feeling of liking. And often, the wanting is stronger. There's another important layer. Dopamine is heavily linked to habit formation. When a behavior repeatedly produces a dopamine response, neural pathways strengthen. The brain becomes more efficient at triggering the behavior in similar contexts. Cue. Anticipation. Action. Reward. Over time, the anticipation alone is enough to drive the action. Think about walking past a bakery and suddenly wanting something sweet, even if you weren't hungry. The cue activated a learned prediction. The body reacted before conscious reasoning. This is why breaking habits feels uncomfortable. It's not just behavioral change. It's a temporary disruption of expected dopamine patterns. The brain experiences a prediction error. It expected reward. It didn't arrive. Discomfort follows. That discomfort is often mistaken for necessity. But it's simply recalibration. The deeper danger emerges when the dopamine system becomes chronically overstimulated. Constant novelty, constant scrolling, constant micro-rewards. When stimulation is continuous, baseline motivation can drop. Activities that require sustained effort, reading, exercising, building something long-term, feel dull in comparison. Not because they are meaningless, but because they deliver slower reward curves. The modern world accelerates the dopamine cycle. Quick hits, fast feedback, endless novelty, and your nervous system adapts accordingly. So what can you do? First, recognize anticipation. Notice the surge before you act. The subtle pull, the sense of "I need to check." That sensation is dopamine signaling importance, not urgency. Second, differentiate between wanting and valuing. Ask yourself, do I truly value this outcome? Or am I just chasing the surge? Third, retrain the system deliberately. Long-term goals can be broken into smaller milestones. Effort can be paired with intentional reward. Discomfort can be reframed as progress. This teaches the brain to associate deeper pursuits with meaningful reinforcement. The goal is not to eliminate dopamine. Without it, you would lose drive entirely. The goal is to aim it consciously, because once you understand that much of your behavior is powered by anticipation loops, you begin to see through impulses. The urge to refresh, the urge to buy, the urge to check, the urge to react. They are signals, not commands. Dopamine doesn't control you, but it does steer you unless you learn to steer back. And the moment you see the chase for what it is, you gain the ability to choose which pursuits deserve your energy, and which ones are simply engineered to keep you running.